our next best of 7 in the single elimination bracket. Endpoint is going up against Misfits, the former Monkeys roster. This is going to be an interesting one because I think all these teams are proving Chiefs, trying to prove that they're at the top as well. But these two teams specifically, I feel, have some stories to tell.
Dunk them down and just keep frustrating them. But now, if you try and do that, they pass. But here's Endpoint passing through Misfits as I say that, and Metsanauris gets the first of the series.
But that's not a great sign for Metsanauris now here on the attack. Manages to get bumped, still gets the shot off. To me, that looks pretty savable. But Cash just was not prepared.
Technically speaking, the best in defense as well, conceding the fewest goals per average, and you can see why. They transition everything. That is a brilliant Game 1 win for Endpoint CEX.
Endpoint, at the moment, looking like the team that are going to be very, very hard to beat out of this series. But Endpoint, coming through in third, we were shocked the whole time, and Seikoo shocking the defense.
Seikoo is going down the line here. There's Metane, it's gone past him. The relating wave shoots. Metane did manage to get there. Metsanauris shoots as well. Now there's Cash from the ceiling. Another shot from Seikoo. Cash, has he backflipped? Is that why he didn't save it?
I think Cash is low on boost here. As no, he's at about 50 at the moment. Lands, has to instantly turn around and backflips. Yeah, it still had 44 boost left in the tank. Endpoint CEX take game number 2.
And thankfully for them, Metane was there, but that was getting scary. It still is. Relating wave touches. Look how many touches Endpoint are getting. They hit the post from Metsanauris. Will they live to regret that?
But you just can't, because suddenly Relating Wave is there just to touch it a little bit out of the way. And they've done a good job of keeping it out so far. But Seikoo there to destroy the dreams. Over 2 minutes have surpassed. And Relating Wave, brilliant drop off the backboard.
It just completely took them out the game as well. So bravery from Endpoint. Oh, wow! Oh, you know it's not your day when.
Oh, that is such a nice touch from Seikoo. Seikoo onto the sidewall. And then Cash gets absolutely run over by Relating Wave. Can get it off the top of his car and sends it top bins. 90 seconds left.
But he will get there.
So far, Misfits have been held to 1 goal. It's just been relentless, and Relating Wave continues this deadly onslaught. Under a minute left, and they've got 3 goals to them. Misfits have scored 1 the entire series. They don't come back in this game, and they are now staring dead down the barrel of that horrible reverse sweep.
To allow Metane to take it, a really good touch there from Metsanauris. Look at the time wasting for Endpoint, but actually, it's fallen for Metane. There's Mets again.
10 seconds remaining. That is going to be game number 3 going the way of Endpoint. And I didn't expect this. This is in nobody's books expected to be a sweep, and yet Endpoint have come here to play, and they have come here to utterly dominate another team. This is a huge showing from them.
One trick pony's his way of a double flip reset. I think that's the harshest piece of commentary I've ever heard. Wait a minute, Cash. Wow, what is that angle?
It's luck, mate. Is that harsher? What an amazing touch that he's found to receive it in the air as well and slice the top corner in half.
Misfits being able to take their momentum and turn it in to these solo players. Cash is going again. He can score these all day long. We need the read. It's not there from Seikoo, and suddenly Misfits have come alive.
It was the awkward touch from Seikoo onto that onto the sidewall, and then Cash to read that bounce down. That is magnificent. He is starting to feel himself in that series.
Will there be one more to take on the road? No, there won't. But I'm sure Misfits Gaming won't care at all with a 4-1 victory in the 4th game to keep themselves alive. And Seikoo's boost this as well. So this is the chance for Misfits to counter. Arju into the corner, gets a second touch, gets it on target. Seikoo read it, tries to get it over Arju. I'm laughing, but this is serious. Metsanauris needs to defend here. Metsanauris lead through. Is that going to be serious? Seikoo's running on. Seikoo surely wins it for Endpoint. They survived for so long, and then 13 seconds left. They get their goal.
The double commit coming out from Misfits leads Seikoo to a potential final lap. 1 goal separates these 2 teams and separates Endpoint from Misfits with the quarterfinals to a semis. 10 seconds remains. Metsanauris left wall sees Arju come for the commit. Cash, wait, shoots, goes wide! And unfortunately, that play does not come off as it floats just above the ground. Cash goes again.
No way, he's got the flip reset, but Seikoo's read it. Metane is trying to keep this one alive. It's Cash that does. So many touches in a row, and he takes it away from his teammates. He hit the post at the death, taking away the potential grandstand finish. But Endpoint are your winners and make the top 4 for the first time since the Rlcs X full major.
It's time for our last semifinal. K-Corp are trying to prove to their fans that they're right to back them, but Endpoint now stand in their way. We can find out now who gets the privilege of facing BDS in the grand finals.
In the entire tournament so far, the Karmine Corp have just made it through, essentially. And with Relating Wave drawing up this game, I don't feel unconfident saying that Endpoint really could take this.
Means a third man for this current iteration of Endpoint. There's a great pass to Itachi. Seikoo's going to be there, but just shows how quickly their transition game can be.
It's definitely one thing Endpoint will need to keep an eye on, is making sure that they don't leave any open nets at the back. And despite the fact that net was very far from open, Stakes touch with Metsa into the midfield, left Seikoo up for a near post shot. Bounces wide, but Astral to put it in.
Well, we saw Endpoint try that earlier on against Karmine Corp, and now Karmine Corp do it to them. It's all from that bump. All you need to do for an Astral goal is give him a clean touch, and he will never miss. He was bumped as well. Maybe the ball just skipped up unexpectedly, but to me, he really should have been thinking that, though he makes up for it. The amends are more than made with the pass to Seikoo, who sinks it 28 seconds in.
That is so beautiful. The Seikoo invading the orange half of the pitch. Astral had no idea he even existed there. Within 30 seconds, a goal for Endpoint. Brilliant start.
There's Itachi getting it to Stake. He sets up Itachi. There's Stake. Oh, but Stake's hesitated. Wants the flip reset instead off the backboard. Seikoo gets it away as far as Itachi, who hits the crossbar.
Open.
And surely not. Oh, what a demo from Astral. But then look at that from Astral again. Relating Wave's taken out the game, but then he's brought back in by his teammate Seikoo. And it's Seikoo that puts it away. It's slowing them right down. He did really well there to take all the momentum off. And actually what it does lead to is surely the winner for Endpoint. Although maybe not. 33 seconds left. We are keeping up our rate of scoring. And Endpoint take game 2.
What a good confidence inspirer as well. Knowing that in the first game, you let your guard drop, you stopped blocking the net, and then KC came back and got their game. Did a brilliant job to do so. But now you can concede one, and then you don't need to throw away the game, you know, alongside that.
And it's keeping the pace up in general of this game so much.
So close to that lovely double tap down, but you're completely right. Both teams shielding their goals.
Astral from the ceiling manages to maneuver his car around it. He gets the second touch as well, but it's saved. What a stop by Relating Wave.
What a shot by Astral to go to the ceiling. Desperately trying to change that. Another overtime. You can only think it's going to go the way of KC, but before we get there, Metsanauris secures the pinch, a goal for Endpoint.
The old Rocket League man from Finland, he just booms it home, pinching it in. Poor old Stake and Itachi. Both of them probably thought the other one would be able to get there. Unfortunately for Karmine Corp, nobody was.
Has to keep it high, away from anybody from Karmine Corp. Astral misses. Endpoint take game number 3 and lead 2-1 in this series. That is keeping KC grounded. And it means that if he gets that touch... completely open! Let's get the touch! Seikoo, get the touch! Turn!
Those are the moments where you're trying to keep control when you're commentating, but actually all you want to do is just go, surely, someone score! Metsanauris, surely, Relating Wave, surely, Relating Wave does. It was happening. It's been coming. Look at them celebrating in their seats. They are feeling this one at Endpoint. Karmine Corp, take the game.
Third game secured for Karmine Corp. Endpoint still on 2. Will they get a consolation goal? Itachi to save it away at the death. Match point we find ourselves on in the grand finals nearly has its second entrant. But also, I do worry that Endpoint are going to be not necessarily on the same page for these plays, but with that passing, every single one of those thoughts has been banished from my mind. But Endpoint just continuing to put the pressure on. That is just over the target. And again.
Seikoo snapshots can only boom against the crossbar, but Endpoint still have the attack. There's Metsanauris, and he beats one of the KC defenders for pace, and he scores it.
Astral into the ceiling. Not the best touch ever, especially as Relating Wave removes Itachi from the pitch.
Huge.
Over the top of the final defender and below the crossbar. Seikoo makes it 3, and game 7 between Endpoint and KC is here.
The Yeehaw is having a great time, and we all are as well. Game 7 is upon us. We said a very long time ago that this just felt like a series that was going to go all the way. It has not disappointed up to now. It has been so long since Team Endpoint made a final in the RLCS X and Beyond era. It has happened all the way back in fall. Can they do it again right here, right now? Will Karmine Corp manage to break their hearts? And now here is Mets. He's got boost. He goes solo. Gone for a few of these so far this game. And then in comes Seikoo, but it's read by Itachi.
The selling the first shot is so important, and it nearly works. Meds are up for one, down for the second, but a great backboard block.
I tell you what, Metsanauris really wants this one. It falls to Seikoo after Metsanauris' shot, and it's 1-0 Endpoint.
Does not manage to get the best flick ever, and so Astral and Staken line up. Metza with a bump, leaves it to Itachi. Sent to the corner. That's on target, but the shot being blocked out.
13 seconds left. Here's Stake. He gets a flip towards Itachi. There's a pass here. Itachi's there. He's going for a bump. Stake surely gonna score, but somehow he hasn't. It's kept out by Relating Wave.
Relating Wave with the most brilliant composition I have seen in this series so far. Has a bump coming in, has a shot, and yet he jumps high, heads low, and pinches it into the corner. Gorgeous defense from him. Endpoint CEX defeat Karmine Corp in 7 games.
Let's start getting into this grand finals. Endpoint crushed their way to the grand finals only to find the omnipresent BDS staring them down. Can Endpoint persevere, or is BDS still the inevitable? Let's find out now.
What a play there by Monkey Moon, but who's there to get the clear? Relating Wave, perfect position once again.
He's got it in as well. Cross
my
the
goodness.
map. Metsanauris opens the account. As good as Monkey Moon has been throughout this entire tournament, he's also had a couple of own goals in him, but clearly not affected whatsoever. There's the pre-jump. As it was right to Monkey Moon. Fantastic idea.
Yeah, it's the shooting that's letting Endpoint down at the moment. They've had quite a few chances to take shots uncontested. Mark's going to miss on Relating Wave with a save. Another key touch in defense from Relating Wave. Mark by 8 decides to go himself this time. He had Monkey Moon as an option. Reset, not the hardest one, but it's enough as Monkey Moon's cleared the net for Mark. The BDS take game 1. It's just crazy to see the consistency from this lineup.
Oh, can we at least get one in? 2.
There we go.
Has at least got his second for the series. It felt like that one had to go in. Good play to at least set it up. Go on, Metza. Go on, Metza.
Yeah,
Okay.
if the ball floats, if it goes up in the air at all, 4 seconds to get a foothold in this set, even if 2-0 is too much to come back from. But here's Seikoo with the air dribble. Looked like BDS were waiting to see if he's going to go for the reset on it. Extra didn't want to commit early. Seikoo with the last heavy touch, puts it past him. Oh
2
my.
players used for this. Metza also jumps into Relating Wave. Why have you done that? You've passed the ball over to Mark by 8. Relating Wave dives in. At least stops the flames from burning any brighter.
Okay.
And it will drop down. Endpoint have got their first game.
Quick as possible. Not quick enough to get the shot on target. Same thing for Metza, but here's Seikoo. Top corner saved by Mark. What defense from BDS in this game.
As Endpoint staring down 3 points for BDS to take this first set.
Winnable.
At least a consolation. No more kickoff strategies from you.
Yeah.
I mean, in the time we argued that, the time ran out.
Yeah, try to give some hope to the Endpoint fans, because really, it must feel pretty hopeless watching this matchup. BDS putting up ridiculous saves. I mean, even after the aerial pinch there from Monkey and Extra. Hold on a second. Seikoo with a huge play. It's just off target. The nightmare bounce for Endpoint. It's hit the target. Almost.
I was certain Extra was just going to accidentally put that into his own net because it would bounce into him. It was the worst possible bounce, but that isn't.
What a shot.
Relating Wave smashes it off the bumper of the car. And if Endpoint are going to get this first set back, they need to do it off shots like this.
And knocks the ball to the corner in the 2v1. He's not able to get the next touch though. Oh, what a pre-jump by Metza to deny that shot from point-blank range.
These challenges from Endpoint, they're having so much more success off the backboard. Here's where the big plays come out. Oh, what a save! And it's still 1-0. Seikoo will buy a bit more time. Endpoint just desperate to get rid of the ball. It's over to the midfield. Mark by 8 catches it, pops it over the side. Seikoo tasked with finishing the game off. 3-2. Endpoint are back in this, if only briefly.
To at least make them work for the goal. And that's the difference between the best teams. Oh, that's a stint actually. No save. I thought we were going to get a save from BDS on this one. Especially after the saves they've been putting up all series long. But Monkey Moon actually diving off the wall, trying to dodge a demo. Couldn't get back to the ball. So great off-the-ball pressure by Endpoint.
Second and third times we get throughout this split are massive. As here comes Seikoo. Looks to try and add a second. It's off the post.
Okay.
It's a self-pass. Brace for Seikoo.
Seikoo with the accuracy here. And it's actually rare to see Extra clearing the ball down the middle. BDS have avoided this for the longest time.
They really looked a little bit lost very early on off the post, and post is Endpoint's best friend at the moment. Once again, maybe the most unforgiving part of Rocket League bounces straight to Endpoint.
And they've been able to beat BDS to the second touch as well. Let's see what Seikoo's going to do with this one. He's going to score it because the net's been cleared out by Relating Wave. Look at this, 4-0 Endpoint running away with game 6.
Seikoo, Grand Finals debut, and he's got himself a Grand Finals hat trick. Where do you think we were going to be here? I thought we'd already be in the break waiting for series number 2.
Okay. Are we about to see
again?
the post again?
Post Endpoint.
Is it the same post every time?
It's the right one every single time.
That's the trick. You got to hit the right post, not the wrong post. But everybody just thinking that I thought they were going to go out in the quarters. I thought they were going to go out in the semis. I thought they were going to get beaten 2 series in a row here. But they have got a real chance to take down BDS. The pressure that now they've been putting on BDS. Seikoo's been unleashed. Metsa and Relating Wave peaking at the right time. Game 7. Maximum pressure in the first event, and an early miss is Endpoint. And it's marked by 8 with a goal. Seikoo, like we've mentioned, has been the most aggressive player on this team. Here he can redeem himself for the rebound, and he does! Seikoo, 1-1.
I've just got so used to this goal explosion at this point. Seikoo over to Relating Wave, backboard pass. Pick that one out, Seikoo. What a play. And we are up to 1 each already. Game 7, delivering in the early moments.
Especially in that last game. Long shots bouncing in off the post again and again. But now BDS playing further back. And is that going to punish them? Metsa beats him to the punch. And what a pass by Seikoo as well. Endpoint leading game 7.
And Metsa, he's been forced to look at these over and over again this game. He's held off the other 2 times, but he realized that was the one that nobody was going to beat him to.
No, this is just going to bring the best out of BDS, so Endpoint need to be careful. BDS now trail. They are going to stop sitting back at defense. They're going to spend everything at Endpoint.
Johnny, this level of BDS, this point of Endpoint, you have to bring your best. There's nothing else that will work.
Oh!
Metsanauris has got himself the brace. 2 goals up.
What a pass. Relating Wave safely behind the ball. Gets it out to the left-hand side of the field. Metsa's there. And he makes sure to send the ball in with some pace. 2 minutes left. They're just 45 seconds away from winning the first series. 3 games in a row. Can Metsa add to their tally? Not quite as saved. And again off the bar. BDS on the counter-attack. And that'll absolutely do it. Endpoint are going to win the first series. They were 3-1 down. They were looking absolutely lost. Timeout used. Lost game 4. But they have won 3 straight, even with a BDS timeout in the middle. Wow. Who thought this wasn't going to be competitive? Endpoint making the run. And what a gauntlet they've ran through. Misfits in the quarters, Karmine Corp in the semis, and they're halfway there against BDS in the final.
Holds back the tidal wave of BDS for now, but will the gates hold for much longer? One more best of 7 win and Endpoint will take home the crown for the European Open.
And to be honest, the games that were at least close out of those, it was mostly Endpoint's own doing. They definitely made it more difficult themselves. Now off the backboard, double tap, and Metsanauris is going to get us to 1 each.
What season is this? I always missed the Metsa dominance. Season 4, Season 5. I had such a good time watching Rocket League back then, and it feels like we're right back in those years with Metsa.
This new look Endpoint squad. Over to the midfield, Metsa up again. That's going to drop down perfectly for Relating Wave. Oh! What a shot! Extra could do nothing about it.
Oh, last series, we're seeing shots hit the post, shots to go straight at goalkeepers from Endpoint. BDS with an early lead. Nobody's going to be doubting Endpoint's ability to come back from this sort of position.
I'm half expecting
anymore.
An Endpoint timeout immediately after how well the last one worked.
Oh, surely not. I think they're going to hold on to it.
It would be pretty banter if they did, but Mark Bay happy to see it. As Metsa, is he too far forward? That's the danger.
In that kind of same position in the first series. Tried to knock it wide, didn't work. Now Seikoo. My goodness, he really does just pull goals out of nowhere. It looks like he's got 2 players to go past, and even Extra is not in a bad position, but wow, the timing for Seikoo on that flick. Ripping it over to Extra the very split second that he moves forward. always a deadly striker, but for once, it's unable to send a rocket on net. Metsa reads the bounce downwards, and the BDS defender not able to beat him to it. 2-0.
Mark just seems a little bit shaken in this series. Loads of time to try and at least turn it around, though, as Seikoo already up. He's unchallenged. And that's number 3.
Seikoo too quick with it. Mark unable to get the ball past Relating Wave. Extra was a bit of a gambling position there, trying to read a better 50-50 from Mark.
Up to the corner. There might be a chance for Mark by 8.
Whoa.
And suddenly, the danger starts to loom. 1 goal and 33 seconds to grab hold of him.
Yeah, Seikoo just not able to get there. I think did he miss the boost in the corner? That
Final 10 seconds. BDS, final chance at this. Only 12 boost Monkey Moon. So he's going to have to try and find some way get himself back into this. And Endpoint have ended up leaving this for the time being. Related Wave just puts it straight into extra scar. And Endpoint, well, they never like to make it easy for themselves, do they, in the final minute, but they have got their first game of this series.
difficult pause to follow up on here. Now Seikoo with a bit of space. Monkey Moon with a great save. It's into the bar and then into the corner.
Mark Baye unchallenged. And are you ever going to let him have that? 2 players needed. But Mark Baye refinding his shooting form. What a save that was, just to deny him. Now Monkey Moon up in support, almost not needed. But he just fake out how obvious the infield pass would be. That surely we would never go for that one, but still good pressure from BDS. How on earth are Endpoint keeping this one out of the net? Mark by 8, self-set. He's already got extra in support. That one's too high. Where's Monkey Moon? Takes the shot off the post. And Endpoint have still got their clean sheet, and I have absolutely no idea how. BDS, well, they're controlling the field. They already got rid of 1 player. Seikoo decides to take the proactive approach. Doesn't want to be demoed. And somehow, oh, wow. How on earth have we gone to overtime?
Wow. So many chances, mostly for BDS, but no goals. And having to contend with big-time shooting from BDS, who have actually done a pretty good job in this last game. Oh, it's a big chance. Metsanauris, top corner!
No way!
Endpoint, take it!
Metsanauris steals this game from BDS. I don't know how. I have no idea how. And BDS will have even less of an idea. They were on it. They had done everything but score in the other side of the field. And yet 1 chance falls to Endpoint and they take it. Johnny, from a team that the primary concern in the first 2 games was shooting accuracy, they are not letting chances go to waste anymore. And another situation where Mark was too far forward to take a shot.
Oh my goodness!
How on earth?
What?
Has Seikoo got this room? Where were BDS?
Monkey Moon half flips away from the plate, leaves it for the defender. And Extra didn't guess right. He thought that he needed to be on the other side of the ball. Doing a little forward and backwards motions. Oh, that's open actually. Extra getting around it. No! He can't quite get around it. BDS creating shots out of nothing here at the tail end of the game. Seikoo doesn't have boost. He can't get that. Monkey looking to keep it up. It's denied by Metsanauris. Endpoint with a bit of a scare at the end there. Hold on to take a 3-1 lead. And once again, they are the team who have taken 3 straight games in this matchup, creating goals but making saves as well. Oh, that's actually another one. That is going to actually mind game Mark.
Okay, there we go.
You know, Seikoo did save this initially, deflecting the ball into the crossbar. Relating Wave panicked, thought Mark would make contact. Mark thought likewise about Relating Wave. Monkey there to clean it up, but
it feels like this is something that they haven't seen before, because we got to see them in this position so many times last season against Vitality, against Vodafone Giants. Oh, what a shot!
Monkey
There's the 2-goal lead.
It's still BDS.
It is still BDS.
It is still BDS. It might be triple match point Endpoint, triple tournament point Endpoint.
Can BDS pull off what Endpoint did in the previous series? Step 1 done. 2 more to go.
Oh my goodness, what is this script? What is happening right now? BDS on the comeback. Still, Endpoint with 2 chances, putting them in that list for top 5. No matter what, Seikoo with an early opportunity. Tight angle. Makes the work. What a save. Marked by 8, pinches it off the inside of his post. Oh, not a good touch by Monkeyman. Relating Wave pops it middle, but Endpoint sitting deep. They're actually giving BDS space to counter with. And now a miss. Monkeyman follows up in his own clear. 1-0 BDS.
They look to try and send us over to Champions Field, but this time Metsanauris far too quick.
Whoa!
Oh! And Seikoo has got one each.
What a play by Seikoo. Beats the first man to the one ball after the kickoff, and then as fast as you like out into the middle. Not many mistakes from them. Big time challenge there from Metsa. Extra shot. Oh, the bump and save! A save from Metsa. Still got more work to do, and he does it. Metsanauris again.
All the way up. Seikoo keeps the ball alive. He wants this done here now, but it's overtime. Goal for Endpoint would crown them European Open champions. Now off the backboard yet again. Monkeymoon, solid clear. But it's still pressure. That's on target. Monkeymoon. Fantastic reaction speed. Keeps it out. Now extra off the backboard. Both teams very much not wanting to send multiple players beyond the halfway line.
Oh, well played.
2 extra. Right at Seikoo.
Phenomenal passing, but the shot denied by Seikoo. Now Monkeyman with the reset. He makes the play. We go to game 7 again. Monkeyman does it all himself. What a finish. Seikoo had most of the net covered, not the bottom left. And that's where Monkeyman goes. BDS are not done.
Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal from both teams. What a show we are getting. Firstly, I'm so happy for you guys that you're going to be a part of this grand finals, but I feel so sorry for you that you've got to go through this grand finals. Everyone else out there, we are in for another 5 glorious minutes of Rocket League. Once again, if Endpoint win this, they take the European Open. Seikoo has gone very shooting heavy over the last 10 minutes. Here's Relating Wave with the chance. What a save by Mark Baye. Metsanauris can keep the pressure on.
And now here they've got a chance to the other end. It's Monkeyman, and he scores it. They only needed 1 goal, and it's paid off.
You can see Metsa, he tries to just get some way back. But there's Monkeyman, exactly where he has to be. And here's where the clock becomes Endpoint's least favorite thing. Relating Wave. He's gone for the backboard. Has he got this? Just underneath him. There's Seikoo! It's so fast it didn't need to be! Seikoo has got us back to a tied game!
All eyes on Wave. Extra expected the second touch. And there wasn't one. Seikoo follows up and sends the ball into the goal. I mean, those are easy open nets to miss. He had a long time to think about that one. He has to settle for clear ball. Now Seikoo down. Metsanauris! Oh! The shot goes too low. They didn't have a bounce to play with. It is going to be overtime. Again, that hard clear for Endpoint. They're just mixing it in there, buying themselves a bit of time. And now Metsanauris pass 2. Marked by 8 needs to be the one to stall in the position. And he doesn't do so. Relating Wave scores! Endpoint have done it!
Endpoint are your European Open champions. And it's Relating Wave to finish it off. BDS are beaten 2-0. And Endpoint have held on. Johnny boy, that was fantastic. What a series. What a grand finals.
Absolute scenes at the Endpoint headquarters. That is special. No one expected that one. I thought they were going to fall at the quarterfinals. They got through it. Same thing in the semis. They got through that, and now they've beaten BDS, and not just in a messy series. We're thinking if Endpoint win, it'll be a messy one. No, they just stepped it up massively. What a team. They are more than in the conversation for a top 5. They win the first event for Europe in the new RLCS season, and they did not look like they had a weak link. That was incredible from all 3 players.
Seikoo is 15, right? He's only just been able to start joining the RLCS.
I'm pretty sure you're right about that, but it's hard to believe.
That's a 15-year-old.
It's hard to believe.
That is a 15-year-old that has just won, along with his team, $30,000. And it very likely, with this tournament win, is going to get a chance to win even more than that, because that major spot...
It's all yours.
Oh, let's go! I can't believe that. I am so proud of just what Endpoint just put forward, because people knew they were going to be good coming into this event. We said that Endpoint could take a series. Very, very few people said they could take 2. Only real 400 IQ people said that. And they managed to take down Team BDS, and they looked stunning while doing it. A lot of the conversation, I'm sure, is going to be about Seikoo, because coming into this event, this is his first regional. That's insane, right? But Relating Wave and Metsanauris were just as instrumental to Endpoint's success today as he was.
Talk to me about how you're feeling after this series.
It had to be a Game 7 overtime, didn't it? Anybody who has followed Endpoint for any length of time ever knows that if they are going to do it, they will do it in the most heartbreaking way possible. We were all poised and ready on Game 6 in that second series in the set, waiting, is this going to be the moment? And of course, Team BDS win it. And Endpoint, they just pick themselves back up so quickly. They are seemingly untiltable, unshakable. They just keep on fighting over time against BDS.
So let's just take a look at their journey. We'll talk to some of the players in a moment here, but I want to take a look at that journey first here because, you know, for us, we expect that top half there. Cole, we look at that and we're like, okay, BDS through, yeah, that's standard. They're crushing through their matches, 4-0, 4-1. This should be clean for them in the finals, but that was not the story.
Endpoint have really made their statement. This isn't some lucky run where they've beaten lower level teams because of seeding or anything like that. They've destroyed everyone in front of them throughout this thing. I'm unbelievably impressed.
This is great. Well, I just got word in now that we have not one, but apparently all of Endpoint ready to join us. Let's bring them on here and just say, first off, congratulations to the team.
Hiya. Everyone's very happy to be here.
I can only imagine. You guys just won the European Open against BDS. We don't need to continue harping on what BDS done in the past. People know the history, and you took them down. I want to just ask you guys right now, you know, at what point did it sink in for the team that this was a possibility, that you guys were this close, and did nerves hit in at any point?
It was a possibility when we beat Misfits because we went into it thinking that was our hardest game at first. And then after that, we were just happy with what we got and continued with the momentum.
So the invitational qualifier, you guys were the 14th seed. Were you guys upset about that, or did you just have to prove everyone wrong?
A little upset, but I mean, it's just seeding in the end of the day.
So you guys have just had a look. You've gone up in the rating from, I think it was 14th position, and you've just risen up to 4th in EU. How does it feel being there after the months of work and obviously bringing on Seikoo as well?
Yeah, it feels all right. I mean, it's his first regional and we just won it, which is unreal, to be fair.
How did it feel winning your first event that you have played in the RLCS?
That's incredible. And I love my team. But, to be fair, I'm not ready for do this performance, and I'm really happy to do it. And I have nothing to say anymore.
So the international LAN coming up in Sweden. Now you guys are looking very good to make it there. Are you very excited about that?
Yes, but we maybe need to do another pair, for be sure. But I'm really excited. It should be my first time, so...
Metsanauris.
Metsanauris.
How does it feel after, realistically, like being at the top of EU and then not being at the top of EU and now being back there again? Like, that is such a redemption story for yourself.
I mean, well, it's not really a redemption story for myself because, like, I always thought I'm like I could be there. So it wasn't like I was bad and then I thought I can't do anything anymore. So for me, it's not like a redemption. It's me proving everyone wrong.
And well done for doing so as well. I've got a question though, Mets. Can you talk us through some of the improvements in your own personal game? Because mechanically, you are honestly looking comparatively better than ever.
After the TSM season, I decided to, when there was a long off season and I knew the team situation was going to be weird, so I just committed to like learning the mechanics and changing how I play pretty much, and binded like both arrow left and right, and I've slowly tried to like get into more mechanical stuff. I'm still not that good at it, but like I'm practicing so hard to...
It's hard.
He says after winning a region, I'm still not that good at that.
I think you're good.
Now, did you ever expect to actually win this European Open? So when you came into this, maybe by bracket stage, or did you think that there was a shot?
And I've never thought about it, to be honest. Like, we came in here, like, wanted to just have a great first tournament with Seikoo. Just we learn as we go. If we get losses, we can learn from them even more. So I didn't have too many high expectations, but yeah, this so blew me away. That blew me away.
Yeah, what a journey and what a win there. You know BDS is going to bounce back, but Endpoint is going to want to try to replicate something like this into the future. Let's take a look at where that puts us, though, Gibbs, because there were points outside the prize money they're going for here.
And coming into this weekend, I would have never expected Endpoint at 3-0-1, but they have automatically qualified for Regional 2 and Regional 3. They don't have to do anything. They will be in both of those tournaments. So they're guaranteed another 40 points twice. So 381 by the end of that. And then obviously they want to get some wins to make sure they stay top 5. Top 5 is the important part.
It has been way too long since we've been able to celebrate a team Endpoint win. Obviously we're impartial, but this is an org that we know particularly well. And as Stumpy mentioned earlier, we know how much work they have put in, as all orgs have, behind the scenes. I feel like this is the case of every dog has its day, and Endpoint are long overdue theirs, and I'm really, really happy for them.
Cole said it all. Endpoint are like proper sick. Good on them.